Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is the brother Yahawashi, giving all praise and glory to the Heavenly Father Yahawah and His begotten Son, Yahawashi, great in the called Jesus Christ. And salutations to the elders and brothers out there who's doing the work in the highways and hedges, bringing out this word and this truth and blowing out the horn. And we can't forget the sisters as well. So I want to do this video. It's going to be a short video. I just want to do a video on this LGBT thing. It's getting out of hand. It's see more videos of it, pulling commercials, and it's just it's just really bugged out. It was a ex basketball player named Kenter. Now he wants to join the the WNBA. It's just this world is getting out of hand, man. This is getting out of hand. All right, this is getting out of hand. This is where the Most High got to come and destroy this place, man. The Most High got to come and destroy America. Okay, because and not just only America, parts of the world, man. It's got to reboot and restart again, man. Okay. I was gonna go to this video real quick. All right, and see what this damn sodomite is saying.
Happy Pride, everybody. It is indeed Pride Month, and we're talking Pride 101 here. And today I would like to tell you what 2S LGBTQIA+ stands for.
And you see how they used the Most High's rainbow that he created for the earth, that he would never, it was a promise saying that he would never flood the earth again. That was a promise and a sign saying that he would never flood the earth again. And look at these queer people do. They take it and use it for disgusting things, man. For their agenda, for their sign, man. This is wicked as hell.
Just so you know. 2S is for two-spirited. That might be a term that an indigenous person chooses to identify by, and that would indicate that they would identify as something other than cisgender and or other than heterosexual, so something different. LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. You've probably heard those before and understand what those are. Q is for queer or questioning. Some people identify as queer, and that just sort of covers the bases, or a way that a term that they like for themselves. Questioning is just that, for people who are not sure how to identify, but they're comfortable just saying, I'm questioning. I'm not quite sure where I'm at in that journey. I is for intersex. A is for asexual, and the plus, which we put on the end there, is to sort of include all those people who identify in any other way. And there can be a myriad of other ways of identifying. I like this acronym. I like that it gets longer. I think that it just shows that we in the 2S LGBTQIA+ community are really trying to include all, and that's what Pride is all about.
Hear that? Yeah, this is what the Most High got to reboot everything again, man. Back to its what it's supposed to be. No wickedness. Everything should just got to go back to it first was in the beginning, before Adam. Before Eve and Adam and Eve have sinned, man. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. The 20 verse 13. Okay, and we're going to go, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So, you got to look at this, man. The Most High only created man and woman. Okay, XX and XY. That is it. Okay, you was born a boy. You're going to born as a boy and turn to a man and die as a man. You was born as a girl. You're going to turn to a woman and you're going to die as a woman. Okay, ain't no boy want to be a girl and a girl want to be a boy. This is the world that we live in right now. Okay, this is even our children. Look at Irvin Magic Johnson's son. Look at Dwayne Wade's son. Look at Bruce Jenner. Look at it's a lot of, what's that actress name who played in the Odyssey, had want to be was a woman, now want to be a man. You know, you seeing all these things. Even the senator was a senator, forgot his name, talking about Chinese doctors and can a man have a baby? It's a simple answer, yes or no. No. But they want to be, well, with these times, they can because of the technology we have today. And this, come on. No. Stop. 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 All right? No. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2. All right? And we're going to go down to verse 7. And the Lord power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils in breath of life, and man became a living soul. So first came a man, a living soul. Okay? Now we're going to jump down. Right? Jump down. Because you see, Adam needed a help and a help and a mate. Okay, now here we go. We're gonna go jump down to let's go verse 21. And the Lord power, Yahawah, caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. He slept and took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead of thereof. Verse 22. And the rib which the Lord Yahawah had taken from man, and made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now the bone of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because it was taken out of a man. Okay? So, as you see, he only made two genders, man first and then woman. That's it. That's it. Okay? What the Most High made, it done everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. But what Esau do is that they take the flag, flip it, okay? They take the, genders and want to confuse people, okay? Thinking that, hey, this actually give them license to do what they want to do with with their bodies. To do what you want to do, cut your penis off and you fold to a vagina and all these things, man. And this goes way back. This goes way back. And it's showing you that the Esau, man, this is why the Most High gotta come and destroy Esau, man. The Most High gotta come and destroy them, because they are just one of the wicked ass people on earth, man. Real wicked people on damn earth. They change everything, man. They change everything upside down, man. They just flip everything, and it's okay. It's okay. They give them license, just like in the book of the Maccabees. And matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. And okay, first Maccabees chapter 1. Let's go verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. Many years of evils were multiplied in the earth. Okay, many evils multiplied in the earth. All right, and keep going, verse 10. And there came out a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. And those days went out Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen, that they are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. You don't think this is happening right now? You don't think this is happening right now? Our people, I remember the captain to Zariak, for ISUPK said that when you see Edomites being homosexual, it fits them well, but Israelites come homosexuals and lesbians, it don't fit them well. You just see demons. And they want to be so effing extra, man. They want to be so goddamn extra. This is why the Most High got to come and destroy this place, man. So this goes way back, man. Even with Sodom and Gomorrah. With Sodom and Gomorrah that went back. Matter of fact, let's go to that. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 13. Let's go way in the beginning. Because let's go way back. This wickedness. The book of Genesis, chapter 13, verse 13. All right. Oops, Salakia. And it says, but the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. Before the Lord exceedingly. Okay? This to show you how wicked back then was too with the homosexuality, man. Bad. Okay? Now let's go to the book of Genesis. All right? And boom. All right. And let's go to let's go to get some context. Let's start at verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom in the evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and the Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and he shall rise up early and go in your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned unto him, and entered his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they ate. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed up house round, both old and young, and all the people at every quarter. Verse 5, and they laid unto Lot, and said unto him, where are the men which they came in this house this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. So they want to have sex with the angels, man. They want to have sex with the angels. Okay? And Lot went out to the door unto them, and shut the door with them, and said, pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do as good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. Therefore they came under the shadow of my roof. So what they did was that Lot gave his daughters and said, hey, deal with them. Okay? Deal with them. But they didn't want them. They didn't want them. All right? Keep reading. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came to and sojourn, and he needs be in lodge. Now will he deal worse with thee than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man. Even Lot came near to break the door. But the men put their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. This goes way back, man. So homosexuality goes way back. But Esau, they just took it to another level. Esau just took it to another level, man. And showing that we live in a wicked world. We live in a wicked world, man. Let's go to second address. We go. Chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right? That means the wickedness have completed the whole earth, man. That means it got worse. And they was doing wickedness back then, in the beginning of time. And this thing carries this thing carries all the way on, okay? And it tainted our people, my people, the Israelites. We got tainted. We got, we caught this wickedness. And it was okay because of our lust. Forgetting the Most High's laws. The founding laws, statute, commandments. Forgot those things. We decided to do what they wanted, it was okay for us to do. God don't exist. And some of us know God do exist. But we go on our wickedness. That's when Yahawashi came on earth, not just for the righteous, but only for those who are sinners, to change our ways. You see a lot of homosexuality out there. You see trans, you see lesbians, you see all this alphabet nonsense. Now they have trans going to our elementary school and tainting our children. Tainting our children. This is crazy. And I always said this. One day I pick up my grandson, he's only 3. And I see them, they got him dressed up. Or trans reading a book of, I am going to bug the F out. I'm going to bug the F out. I'm going to jail that day. I'm taking it on my own hands. Because this is what they doing. Once you bring your children to the schools, you don't know what the hell is going on in those schools. They're going to do things, regardless of the parents forbid. Okay? Because this is their system. And this is why I rather just have, tell my daughter just teach her son homeschool. Because this is getting bad. And then it's okay for man to go in woman's bathroom, and vice versa and all these things, man. Come on, man. You telling me this is all right? This is all right? Well, for America it is. This is what Babylon, this is what's called a daughter of Babylon, man. It's taking up the others before them. They're taking up things for Sodom and Gomorrah. The spiritual, they call it Sodom and Gomorrah. Spiritually called Egypt. Spiritually called Rome. Spiritually called Greek. A lot of these things they do, America takes after. Like I said, nothing new under the sun. This is why the Most High got to come and destroy this place. You got trans men, go on, trans women, whether we're going to go and play in women's sports, dominating. Come on. That's not fair. Because men and women aren't built the same. We're not built the same. So a man want to be a woman and go to and win every event and break records. But it's okay. It's okay by in American standards. You can't try that shit over in other countries because they ain't playing that. Nope, they don't play that. Especially in countries like in Africa. No way. They're like, nope. Even the Middle East, nope. They show you that this is America is very wicked. It has to be destroyed. It has to be destroyed. It's another thing. Let's go into it right now. Let's see. It's another thing that bugs me out. It's called Mambala. Hold 1 second. I'm gonna. Check this out. Mambler. North American man. And it says North American. What's what? America. Okay. North American Man Boy Love Association. Is advocacy group in United States that promotes pedophilia and pedestry, founded in 1978 and organized. I was only 6 years old. The organization campaigns to eliminate the age of consent laws to legalize sexual relationships between adults and minors. This is what, and this is the laws, man. They bring out saying it's okay. This is crazy, man. Look at this. North American Man Boy Love. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad. This is very sad. This is why, we have to stay on point. We have to stay on point with the Heavenly Father. Now, those who are gays, lesbians, and trans, the Israelites, change your ways. Do it while you have time. Change your ways while you have time, where the door is still open, where you still have a chance. Because the Most High is not playing. When He comes, man, it's going to be destruction. And the reason why I'm going to do this video, because there's so much of this going on. They're putting out videos, they're putting in movies, cartoons. Now, when it comes to superhero movies, like I said before, superhero movies and animated and cartoons, I'm a nerd. I love watching Batman anime series. I love Superman, like X-Men, or Spider-Man, all that. But when I saw an episode of the new Superman, the newest Superman cartoon, when the guy said, "Oh, it's for my it's for my boyfriend," I turned the shit off, man. I turned it off. Because it's being tainted, man. They're doing these cartoons, man, for our children. They're not slick. They think they're slick, but they're not. They're not. This is why we gotta watch what our children watch these days. And remember, it was I think it was a Campbell Soup commercial. My two dads. In a McDonald's commercial, and then it came the Facebook commercial with gay guys dancing and and things like that. And I mean, this is a wicked world that we live in. Very, very, very wicked. Very wicked. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 15. It says fear not verse 3. It said, "Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all them that are faithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." This is what is going to happen in America. And it needs to be cleansed before you get caught up with the Most High's rapture. You better change your ways. You better change and get out that goddamn way of that world that you're living in, that lifestyle you're living in. Get out of it. Get out of it. Only two genders are made. Man and women. That is it. Ain't no in between and adding and things like that. I be seeing videos of. I was gonna do more porn, but I don't want to do that, man. They had asked a girl. She said, "What you want?" She said, "A cis," and the person asked what that means. I'm gay, but I like women and just looking, like men and all this. I'm like, what? Like, a lot of these people are confused. They are confused, and they want to bring this shit to our children. Protect your children at all costs. Protect your children at all costs. Because this is really, 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 it's out of hand. It's like verse 6. Let's read again. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay? This is we have to, stay with the Most High. Me and my brother, we was talking earlier today, and he said, I'm just thinking a lot. And, I said, about what? He's like, a lot of things, and I said, yeah, I know, I've been thinking a lot too. He said, I gotta get back in my studies. I gotta get back into that. So many things is happening in this world today. You see a lot of these wickedness, a lot of things happen. I said, I know. I said, don't get me wrong. When I was young, like in my 20s and things, I wasn't really worried about thinking about God and a lot of things like that. I was just running around the streets and trying to do me. And when you get older, it's everything, I'm 54 now. So everything takes account, like, the children, your grandchildren, work, your health, Social Security, which I don't think that we're gonna make it that long for me to get Social Security, but we don't know when the Most High is coming. We don't know. We don't know when the Most High is coming. But just keep living your life and keep doing what you gotta do until the Most High comes. We're also talking about the food, being tainted, the water, these cameras, flock cameras being spied on, the race war. I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna do a next video on that. It's a lot of things. As you get older and wiser, you start seeing a lot of things, and things like that. And it's sad, and God makes you stronger, especially you in His truth. Especially you in His truth, because you have to, when the Most High wakes you up out of that sleep, and you see all these things, you're angry. You're angry because you see all these things happening to our people. But the Most High said these things was going to happen because what our forefathers have done. So we're getting the punishment. So for us to to know that Yahawashi have chosen us to wake up, that's a good thing. When Yahawashi wakes, chose, He said, I chose me, I chose you. Hey, He's waking you up, and wake up others to blow the horn. And keep, now I'm not far for perfect. I'm far for perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm still dealing with demons, but I'm trying to overcome them, and stuff like that. And I'm still fighting. Just gotta do it to the end. When people say, "Oh, I'm saved," you're not saved. Saved from what? Saved from the Most High's terror? No, nobody's saved yet. He says you gotta endure it to the end. Endure it to the end. That means when all these things about to happen, when martial law kicks in, shortage of food, these data centers, these centers, that they're gonna FEMA camps. It's we gotta endure these things. Someone's gonna be put to death right there. Some of us gotta get our head chopped off, and then comes what? The chip. You watch that new Spider-Man movie, they talking about the inhibitor of the chip, man, to control people's minds, and it's a lot, man. And it's putting on these superhero movies, but a lot of it, go a lot of people's heads. I'm gonna do a video on that too. Watch the movie again. But yeah, this is the world we live in, man. This is the world that we in. But we got to protect our children because they are out there. They are out there to taint our children. Okay? They want our children become lesbians, gay, trans, cis, whatever. Okay? So I'm not gonna go into more in this, but knowing that this is the world that we in, and we do have a lot of pedophiles out there that, the thing about, our children being missing, kidnapped, things like that happens, man. It's happening with the world. It's happened. Be vigilant, be circumspect, be aware, have your eyes open. Don't be slept on. Don't sleep. Be up. Be vigilant. Get with the Most High. Read scriptures. Change your ways. Repent. Because we still got some ways to go. We still got some ways to go. Like I said, we don't know when the Most High is coming. Not even Yahawashi and the angels know. They don't know. Only the Lord knows. Yahawah. And He's giving us signs. Take heed of the signs and stay up straight. Slakia. Alright? There's just too many this nonsense going on with these rainbow people, man, the alphabet people. Come with their own laws and ridiculous, man. This is goddamn ridiculous. Alright, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna short it. Giving all praise and glory to Heavenly Father Yahawah. Okay? Stay, praying, reading the scriptures, there's evil everywhere, and don't fall into the trap of the devil, because the devil only had a short time. Okay? And for that, I'm gonna say shalom.